Hello and welcome to the video. Let's talk about bad days in training. Whatever level you are at, I think every one of us sometimes has a day where we just don't feel like ourselves, where we're struggling to turn the pedals. And then the question is, what should we do? Should we stick to our training plan or should we just take an easy day and back off? Let's assume we're not talking about a day where we start to feel ill, because that's a different story. Then I would always take it easy or just turn around and go back home. Let's just talk about days where we don't feel great on the bike. Then what should we do? Me personally, I would always try and stick to my training plan and execute my plan as good as I can. However, I use an important strategy to do so, and that is that I always prefer to use power ranges for my intervals that I'm doing instead of a specific power output. And by doing so, I always leave space for when I'm having a bad day. So let's say I want to do 3 times 20 minutes at 340 watts. Then in my schedule I would write I want to do 3 times 20 minutes at 320 till 340 watts. So I always leave a bit of space for when I'm having a bad day. And that has two advantages. When I'm having a bad day, then I'm usually still able to do my training session, although at a lower end of the power range. On the other hand, if I'm feeling good, then I complete my session at the higher end of the power range, and that also gives you a good feeling. The perception of a bad day is worse than the bad day itself. Usually there isn't really a lot of difference in power between a good and a bad day. The perception is sometimes bigger in your head, and by using power ranges you actually can overcome that perception of having a bad day, because you still execute your training as scheduled. But then sometimes you have the situation where you really don't feel like you're gonna make it, and I think in that case flexibility is the key. It's not the end of the world if you skip one day of training or if you just take an extra easy day. I think you gotta be flexible with your plan and with yourself sometimes. So bottom line, change the perception of what it is to have a bad day by using power ranges instead of a specific power. And secondly, be flexible with your training schedule. So that's my strategy to overcome bad days. I hope you like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give my video a thumbs up if you want, and I hope to see you next time.